Hi, this is June, or more commonly known as Nostalgia Memoir on Instagram, and today I will be reviewing these visors, or called Maska, from the Equilibrialist. So Equilibrialist is a new company out of California, and they primarily make, actually they only make so far, visors and visor straps, well, complete set of visors for retro helmets, including Biltwell Gringos, Nex XG100 helmets, and also Ruby helmets. Now, I don't know if you know, but Ruby is actually doing a comeback. It got bought up by another company that went bankrupt like a few years ago, but they're coming back, and so if you have another like a grand or two to spend, you can get your Ruby helmets. So let's start with the unboxing. These visors come in these really fancy boxes. It's got this French flag knob. I think they're really targeting for the high-end premium segment. It's got this like Apple vibe. It does like the designed in Los Angeles, but it's actually made in China. So yeah, designed in California, made in China. I don't know why Apple does that, and I don't know why companies like this does that. Does it really matter where it's designed in? So the boxes come labeled first Leo. Leo is for XG100 helmets, Nex helmet, and the Nox is for Biltwell Gringos, and there's also the mask for Felix or the Ruby helmets. And they all come in this exact same box, and their names are a little bit confusing. If you have multiple helmets or different design helmets, it's gonna be like a little confusing to like figure out which one is which. I think they should just call it the Maska for, or visor for Gringos, or visor for Nex helmets. So if you open it up, this is how it comes. Is you can just buy just the visor. You can buy the strap separately, which if you do, it comes like this. So this is just a strap that comes in this box, and you can mix and match color. And so visor comes like this in a box. This is a visor. This is a full set, so it comes with a matching color stripe. This is the brown, I believe. Tan edge, I think that's what they call it. And you can also get it with clear. So this is the tan edge color. And it also comes with this pack of cleaning wipes, which is nice to have because they do get a lot of fingerprints. Also, the visors come with this like plastic cover on it, which you have to peel out like you would do it on a phone or any electronics with screens. And so I already peeled it because I used it, so it's more of a re-unboxing for me. It also comes with a manual, which is kind of random for a visor to have, but I guess some people really need to learn how to use or put goggles or visors on. So that's pretty much it. It's really simple. So let me go over kind of the specifics first. So like I said, this company, Equilibrialist, it's kind of a mouthful to say again, makes these visors, or they call them Maskas. Again, another fancy name, kind of hard to remember with all the different names. They make these shields for Biltwell Gringos, Nex XG helmet, and Ruby helmets, and they make them in 4 different colors. 1 is the black edge, 2 is the tan edge, 3 is the burgundy edge, which is one right here. This is the tan edge, and they also make one in hunter green edge. And both shields actually come, and all the color scheme also come in clear shield, and so it's completely clear. And also they come in these shaded, so these are shades. And I asked for the shade ones. And I asked for these 2 colors specifically because I thought they would go well with my helmets. As a full disclosure, I did not pay for these 2 visors. They sent me, Equilibrialist, the company sent me these 2 visors. They're like, hey, do you want to try it out, review it, or whatever, do whatever you want to do with it. But this review is not a paid advertisement or of that sort. All the things I say on here, all the comments I make, or the reviews or feedbacks I have are all personal from experience, and so I have no obligation to make this. So the very first thing I'll do is go over the price. The Maska, the full set, meaning the visor and the strap, costs $145. Now that seems like a lot for somebody who owns a Gringo, because Gringos cost I think $150 for a helmet, and so you're literally paying for the exact same helmet. But I generally don't say this to these like premium gear, but this, I think for $150, I think it's a pretty decent bargain for what you get, because generally you're paying like $60 to like $100 for like a decent pair of goggles. I think maybe up towards like $100 for like a premium, like a retro type of goggles. But this, I think, is essentially like a game changer for somebody who owns a Bitwell Gringo. It literally just completely transforms your helmet. I posted like a helmet stack photo on my Instagram a few days ago, or last week I think, and everybody was literally asking about these two combo, and they didn't really realize that this was just like a plain old Gringo helmet, but with the shield on, it like completely like transforms it. And so the value wise, I think the value is perfectly reasonable, again, for the premium segment. Again, I don't really say this, usually the price is like a con or a disadvantage for a lot of the products I review, because again, it's expensive. But for $150 or $145, I think this is like a huge step up, and it's definitely worth it. You can also just buy the strap separately, so you can mix and match in color scheme, and I think these are $45, and so not terrible, not cheap. And you can also buy the visor separately, just this without the strap, which is $110. Yeah, a little bit cheaper to just buy in a set, but again, not too much of a difference. Again, I don't know why you would want to mix and match these two colors. Maybe this with the black. I think black visor might work well, or black strap might work well with the other ones. But another thing is, if you own one strap, you don't necessarily need to buy multiple straps, so you can just use one strap and have different color visors. So you can mix it in that way. So let's start with the style or aesthetics of this product. Again, I'm a big fan of something that has a lot of aesthetics and kind of a classic look. And like I said before, I think these visors are, or Maska as they call it, I'm going to just call it visor from now on, I think they're like game changer for these helmets that you own or already own. Or if you're looking into helmets but you don't really like the look like 100%, but I think this would be a tipping point for you. Especially for these like Bitwell Gringo helmets, like without it, like this picture without the helmet, it's just like a plain old bucket that everybody has. I think like every one of my friends at least owns one of Gringos. I don't personally own a Gringo. I own like a 3/4 helmet or 2/3 helmet. Is that what it is? But just for personal preference, I just have my Bitwell. I just have my Next XG and then my Bell Bullet that I prefer to wear. So I had to borrow this from my friend, but again, it's like a completely different helmet. I love these like detailing, these like the stitching is nice, the leather is nice quality. Again, the buttons and all these like logos that they have there on here. And it also has like the visor like clip-on button. I don't know, I think you can get, I don't know, some helmets, I've seen some helmets have these buttons for the for your goggles. I don't know how you get them, but you can. But there's a lot of fine details with this visor. For daytime use only, warning sign right there. But again, this is the tinted shield. You can also get the clear shield as well. But again, like I think it's a solid 9 for like style and aesthetics, and I love it. And even for my like, I'm really excited for this, for my XG helmet, XG 100 helmet. Even with all these like noisy background, I think it looks beautiful. This burgundy color goes well with all the setting. So let's go over to comfort and functionality. I took it out for a ride last weekend. So the few things that I was primarily looking into was, one, was it easy to remove it and then put it back down? Okay, so this may not be the big issue for some of you, but if you wear glasses like I do, this is kind of important, because every time I put a helmet on and off or take it off, I have to remove my glasses before I put the helmet on or off and then put it back on. And so being able to remove this is very, very important. And so surprisingly, it's hard to like put it on and off while you have it off. But when you're wearing the helmet, it's actually really easy to just like shift it up and down. And so that was one thing. And so that was a check for me. I think it was a pass. Second thing was whether I would get like wind noise through, like whistling noise through these slit right here, or the contact point, which is a big deal because my belt bullet has the most horrible noise, like whistling noise, because of the wind that comes through here. And so, but I think they did a perfect job. It's really quiet. So fourth thing was can I ride with the shield up? Meaning, can I ride like this? And actually it's doable. There's a lot of friction here. Right here, the rubber section right here, and even with the leather. I'm not sure about all the way up, but I actually rode my bike like this and you can still see perfectly fine out the slate right here. Going about maybe like 40 miles an hour, and I think I would have been comfortable even riding at 50 miles an hour like this. And it's pretty, while you're riding, especially if you have it right here, it's actually pretty, you get stuck right here. It's pretty good. So number 5 is durability. And that's one thing that I really can't test out until I use it for a while, at least for a season or two. There's a lot of like detail and parts here that I'm a little bit skeptical whether they'll last or not. There's a lot of stitching, there's a lot of moving parts here. There's a lot of like accessories that's attached to it. Button, the leather pins right here, there's stitching right here. You could easily tear this off. I don't know if you can, but you potentially could. So I think you have to be careful of how you use it. It has limited warranty. Limited warranty covers all manufacturer defects in materials and workmanship up to a period of 6 months. Why 6 months? That's kind of disappointing. I think warranties should generally be about 12 months. But so that's it for me. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below or email me at contact@Sideros.